So virtual teaching is still a little bit of uncharted territory. On one hand, it offers the students a really great opportunity for self-motivation and independence, but it takes away a lot of the personal interaction that enables teachers to adapt the subject for each individual student. So I found one of the biggest things to do is in tutoring, let it be a little bit self-directed by the kids. See what do they feel like they are having a really difficult time with, where are they getting frustrated, and work on those skills first so that they feel successful and then move on to a broader picture.
I really love the setup I have going on right now. I think the setup I have is highly, highly effective. And the method that I use is, so I have my iPad and my desktop. And whenever I meet with students, I run two instances of Zoom, one on each device. And this is fantastic because through the computer, I use that to talk and meet with the students. And on the iPad, I use that strictly as a whiteboard. So whenever I need to write down, I write it on the whitepad and it pops up right on the screen for the student to read.
So some of the new things that I've learned about teaching online that have really helped students learn in this new platform involves, I think, a variety of different systems that have been created. And first and foremost, that being Zoom. Zoom is phenomenal. It allows us to have face-to-face, one-on-one interactions with students. It allows us to have entire classrooms in front of us at one time. So I think learning this system has been instrumental. Also, other systems that were developed like Edpuzzle, Flipgrid, Google Classroom, are just other ways to interact with students because we always need to be differentiating our curriculum in the classroom. And so now we need to differentiate, our ways of instructing online.
One thing I've had to do to adjust to the new e-learning when I work with students as a tutor is to really emphasize the process of building a schedule. There's synchronous learning, there's asynchronous learning that schools are doing. So in certain cases, a school will have up to 3-4 hours of open time where the teachers will have office hours. But what happens during that 3 to 4 hours is really up to them. So what families and students are communicating to me is that they need a structure. Typically when I work and it's a normal school year and I go to their homes and they have a school day, their entire schedule is mapped out for them, right? You go to English and then math and lunch break. But now it's a very different situation. So I've been working with students a lot on building a calendar and also taking the variety of assignments that are being posted in different areas that are being emailed to them and trying to integrate them into one to-do list that they can, complete during that schedule that we developed on something like Google Calendar.
Teaching online, I think, has been less difficult than we all anticipated. As a teacher, I think the thing that we all sort of live for is the connection with students and being side by side with them. That has been a challenge. A lot of teaching involves modeling your work and modeling your own thinking, and nothing, quite matches what you can do sitting next to a student with a whiteboard or a sheet of paper. But luckily, the Zoom application, for example, I can use the whiteboard there to model my thinking or create drawings or sort of little cheat sheets that a student can use. And then I can also model my own work on paper as I talk to them and then show them on screen as well. So it's been an adjustment, but I think it's working out pretty well.
Naturally, it's not as ideal as being in a classroom with the students. You can't really recreate that, when everybody's in the isolation that we are in now. But I find it to be the most effective technique that I can use. And I find students are actually responding. Not only are they actually responding well to it in the sense that they're learning their material, but they actually find it very cool and exciting themselves. So it adds a little bit of a fun factor to our lessons.
Students have found working online a lot easier than the adults in their lives. Young people are incredibly adaptable and they're really savvy when it comes to using technology. And I think it's been less of an adjustment for them than for many of us. But I have been pleasantly surprised at how excited they are to see me on the computer and are requesting to their parents to work with me more frequently than I would have anticipated.